This is the Church of St. Paul in the Desert.
But we are all children at heart, and the wonder of Christmas is for each and every one of us. We're going to, I don't think we'll do that. But thank you for bringing it down. Change of plan.
Change of plans?
Yeah, just a little different. No, you can go. So, the change of plan was there aren't a lot of children here tonight. But that's okay. There's several over there that I know, Matthew and Bella, and I don't know the names of some of the other children. But there were several things mentioned, both in the hymns and in the story we heard this evening. Does anybody know what this might be? Very good, a shepherd's crook. Did somebody bring a shepherd up here? Is there a shepherd up there? Did somebody bring a shepherd? Do you also know that Jesus' other name is the Good Shepherd? That's part of his name. Now, we heard a lot of things about Jesus, and this is an interesting little anomaly that we'll see. The shepherd's crook looks like this, and do you see what's up here? Can somebody tell me what this is? It's a candy cane. I heard somebody say that way back in the back. It's a candy cane. But do you notice that it's upside down? And it's the first letter of whose name? Jesus. So we have a shepherd's crook, the Good Shepherd, and we have Jesus' name. And they're just kind of the same thing, turned upside down. So there's something really important about that. There also were some stars that came up. Did somebody bring some stars up or candles that light the way? Did we hear about Jesus being the light of the world? Have we heard that somewhere before? So are we not, through our baptism, a part of the light of Christ? Are we? Did I hear somebody saying yes over there? We wish, okay. Well, yeah, no, absolutely. There is Christ in each and every one of us. And one of the things we need to remember this night, that we come to this place year after year to remember the importance of this birth for each and every one of us. Now, I realize that for some little folk, little people, I refer to them as sometimes, is to remember that Christmas Eve is really hard. It's really, really, really hard for little people. And for some of you, you remember what it was like because it was the night before Christmas morning. And what did we get on Christmas morning? Presents. Thank you, Gary. We got presents. So it was always really, really hard to pay attention and be responsive and know what was going on because the next morning it was presents, lots of presents. But the greatest present we get is the birth of this child. And the reality is that this Jesus lives in each and every one of our hearts through our baptism. Now, some might even say that this family who were sent from Nazareth to Bethlehem were refugees without a home, without a place to call their own, that came, and in this instance, nothing has changed. Taxes. Has anything changed? Do we still have to pay taxes? All of us have to pay taxes. Yeah, we do. It happens. But the reality is, this is about family, and it's about one another, and it's about the wonder of children who remind us of the grace and beauty that comes into our world at Christmas time. It's unfortunate that we don't celebrate it every day. We should. We don't always. But the reality is that Jesus is born in our hearts if we are ready, if we are open to that possibility. The light of Christ, the light of that star that shone so brightly, was about the light of Christ shining in each and every one of our hearts. It's remembering. It's what we do at this table. We remember. We remember the mighty acts of God. And the mightiest act of God was to bring his Son into this world, to remind us that those who were outcasts, and the shepherds were the outcasts of their time. They were on the fringe of society. But that's who Jesus went to first. The angel went to tell them and to remind them that God's love for them was ever present, was always there for them, and it continues to be there for each and every one of us. Now, there are some of these that will be available to children of all ages, possibly, but little people particularly this night. But we remember the Good Shepherd and Jesus, the one whose love for us is as sweet as this candy cane. And it's an important thing for us to remember as we share that love with one another, that we remember this is the night in which God's love shone brightly for all of us. Amen.